What up, everybody? Yes, we are back for another draft. This one is for the number 154 division, the Hoosiers division. Yes, let's get it. I'm almost on the clock here, a couple picks away from me. Here we go. It is going to get crazy around here. I can tell you that much. It is going to get crazy. We got all quarterbacks and running backs off the board first. Let's see it. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Dude, Chase finally went. Dude, at the 1-7. Crazy, crazy. Drake May off the board. It's looking good. Oh, dang it. Let me see. Hold on. I forgot. We gotta, let's make this a little smaller so we could see the whole screen here. All right. Yo, 49ers in the house. What up, bro? Shout out to Dan. All right, guess I'm going Puka with my first pick at the 110. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's see where Dan goes. He's right after me here. Shout out to the peeps on TikTok. What up, bro? Andrew said he made it at the start. Let's go. Yes, going good, bro. We just started. We're almost through the first round here. We got 35 rounds to go, so buckle up, everybody. Shout out to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. You the man. What up, bro? Coming through on both channels. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, bro. All right. Well, I feel good about getting Puka at the 110. And let's see where King D and Dan go. And he said, about to pack a bowl. Let's go. It drew. Perfect time, man. Perfect time. Let's go.
You got perfect time. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker.
But where to put my weed? All right, I guess we're grabbing a new one here. All right, we're going for the after hours. Let's go. Oh, look at King D, Hampton and Cook back to back. And Andrew said, what do you think about Michael Wilson on the Cardinals? I mean, I'm probably I feel like he had a really good finish, but I also think it's kind of fugazi, man, because you think about what kind of wide receivers and stuff got injured in front of him. Not just injured in front of him on the Cardinals, but injured in front of him just in fantasy in general, because he wouldn't have finished that good if so many big names didn't get injured in front of him, I mean, and then Justin Jefferson, sucking because of the QB woes and all that. So I kind of just feel like he's probably the value probably a little inflated. You know what? I wasn't really going to I was going to go running back, but it's dude, I got a chance to go Puka and Amon-Ra. I got to do it, right? I got to do it. So we'll go back-to-back wide receiver here, and we'll see what happens in the next couple rounds. And Andrew said I got Marv on Dynasty and didn't know if I should try to get Wilson. I mean, it's not a bad move to try to get him, but I don't want to overpay for him, I don't want to give up an insane amount to get him. Because I feel like it's going to be Marv. Dude, third-year breakouts are a thing. Let's see where Lyle goes now. CeeDee Lamb, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. CeeDee's usually not dropping that far. And here we go. Who's smoking the bowl with me? If there's anybody new on TikTok, new to the stream, hit that follow button. Woo! Hit that follow button. We're always doing drafts. We're talking fantasy, doing some gardening. You guys know what's up. Oh, there we go, Andrew. I thought you followed before, but there we go. You're in it. In there like swimwear, bro. Yeah. Now, hopefully you get the notifications when I go live right away. But, dude, you were in it, man. You got here. I mean, I drafted 10th, and you got in here before I even drafted my first pick, man. Appreciate you, bro. Let's smoke it up. What are you smoking? Where are you at? Where are you at? Also, I'm in Vegas. I'm living the California lifestyle in Vegas. And Calais, is it Calais? I bet you he goes in round 3. That's where he usually goes. I'm not going to say the name because if I could get him in round 3 or 4, I might be doing that. Okay. Andrew's from in Missouri. There we go. And love Vegas from Cali. Nice. Yeah, I'm originally from San Diego. I moved to Vegas in 2022. And the first thing I did when I was here was went to the NFL draft. So that was like super cool. Yeah, we moved here beginning of April 2022. And then that draft was the end of April. There goes Trey McBride. And user said, what do you do in Vegas? This is what I do, bro. I got a fantasy football business. I host drafts. I got my hands on the pulse of everything fantasy football. But yeah, I work from home because I have my fantasy football business. And this is part of it, the content. Going live, meeting new people. I'm actually going to be hosting a really dope live draft here in Vegas. Nick Von B, what up? Said even hustler, puff pass, yes sir. And said hope your week's going well. It is. So far mine could be better. Man, I hope it's getting better for you, bro. He said, can't believe these trades that are going good right now. What do you think? I mean, it's pretty dope, dude. I mean, guys like Myles Garrett on the move. I mean, Jared Verse. I mean, it sucks that he's going to the Browns. But yeah, I mean, I'm liking it. We already knew the AJ Brown deal was going to be a thing. It was just a little bit of time. And yeah, we got it officially. And so I'm liking it, man. All the moves, I mean, seems like it's good for all parties, really is. And Cali Jam, he said, that's a new one. Puka St. Brown. He said, I have JSN St. Brown, but I never saw your combo. Bro, I mean, dude, I don't think I have either. I mean, we see Amon-Ra go. I mean, he's gone in the second a bunch, but he usually goes at the end of the first. But Puka usually doesn't go late enough for Amon-Ra to be paired up with him. So, yeah, this is the first time I've seen this combo in the entire tournament. Very interesting. And Sock, he said round 2. We are in round 2. We just finished round 2. And are you talking about what's it called? Because I got Amon-Ra in round 2. Super stoked about that. He fell. Doesn't happen often. And Andrew said Rams won the trade. I'm with you, man. I do feel like the Rams won the trade. I mean, they did give up a bunch of picks and they did give up Jared Verse, but dude, you got the 101 at defensive ends in the league right now. Like, that's huge. That is huge. And SOC said, who are your sleepers early in the draft? You talking about what are you talking about when you say sleepers? Are you talking about guys who are kind of just like below the radar, but like, the sleepers who you might be drafting in like the 9th, 10th, 11th round? You talking like that, which could be like beginning bench players? Or are you talking like real sleepers, like guys in these leagues that I do? Because you saw my draft the other day where like literally, we're talking rounds 20, rounds 30, shit like that. And Corey said, tell the T-Mill story. Man, what do you want me to tell about that? T-Mill's a little biatch, man. Like, that's really what it is. Like, haters out here trying to copy my shit, trying to be just like me, trying to infiltrate. But nah, man, there's always going to be haters out there. And like, what's funny is he hates on me for everything I'm doing for money. So he's like, you know what? You're doing it all for money. I'm going to do it all for free. I'm going to do it all for free. Makes no sense. And almost on the clock. I'm here next. And Kalai said, damn, he grabbed McBride and Browers, bro. That's why I didn't say it out loud, because I didn't want to, what's it called? I can't think of the wrong word, but I didn't want to instigate that happening. That's not even the right word. It's just the word that I could think of. But yeah, dude, he went, because it is tight end premium as well. It is tight end premium. You know what? Fuck it, man. I'll lock down Breece as my number 1 in the 3rd round. I'm not you just said Jinx, hell yeah. You owe me a Coke. Could be worse. I'm glad that I got Puka and Amon-Ra, so I'm okay. taking Brees as like my first running back there. Corey said your business model is very hard to replicate. The following and reputation you created takes years to build, whether it's free services or not. For sure. And like, I don't know. It's not like it's just weird, man. It's weird haters, bro. Like that's really all that it is. And I don't understand why. And the one thing that sucks, why is it always got to be a bunch of white people who are on the haters on the hater side when it comes to business? Like I've actually built something from the ground up. And I'm living the American dream because I thought, like, you guys tell me if I'm wrong. I thought living the American dream was building some kind of business to like be your own boss and support your own family off of shit that you've built. Like, is that not the American dream? Because like I really feel like that's what I'm doing like right now. And it ain't easy. It was never easy. And it's still not easy. But yeah, that shit was like impossible. It seemed impossible to me in the beginning, you know, it really did. And SOC, shout out, dude, for hitting the like button. I appreciate you, my brother. And let's see, is Dan gonna let me get it? All right, dude, I feel good about this, man. I got ETN and I got Breece Hall as my top two to pair up with Puka and Amon-Ra. Let's go. Your absent father, what up? He said Javonte is still not getting his love. He is, man. He is. He's getting drafted way higher than he's ever been. That's for sure. And Nick Von B says, sent you a PM when you ever get a chance. I'll check it out. And he said, but look at it. I'll get back to you, bro. I'll do it after the draft. And Corey said, it's been years since you've had a job in the corporate world, and that's incredible, bro. I mean, there's a couple times where I contemplated trying to get some kind of job. And just because like in the off season, like money just wasn't flowing, you know, and like that was one of the things that was tough. But like finally, after about 4 years of grinding, like I was able to sustain every single month of the year. Cause I mean, that's how I look at that's how I look at life. It's like it's in 12-month increments, you know, and I got to be able to make my monthly nut to pay all the bills, man. Shit ain't cheap. Like just the overhead of like my life and business, you know, we're talking over $3,000 a month. So like just for me, and that's not including food or, you know, anything like that. So like I got to make $3,000 a month just for like living expenses and business expenses. And yeah, so I feel good that like, you know, it took me 4 years to get to that point, but like now we are totally but now we're in the green, baby. Now we're in the green. And Corey said, you like Breece over ETN? Yeah. Because I feel like Breece is going to be more, because I feel like Breece is going to be the main component to that offense, no matter what. And I feel like ETN is going to be a major piece of that offense, but not the main component, if that makes sense. But they're like both like back to back, like for me. So I'm actually glad that I was able to get both. Like in that, and it kind of just worked out because if you look at the two guys who drafted after me, they just picked two running backs like right there. So like they didn't need to get another running back. I mean, they probably could have if they would have liked one of them. And Chris Bay, what up, bro? And he said, y'all just keep shitting on all. They do, man. They do. And there goes Javonte, who was talking about Javonte on TikTok. And Corey said Vanessa has an income as well, correct? So that helps. Well, I mean, now she does, but like for the longest time she didn't. Like she was working somewhere where during COVID she had to get the vaccine to like continue working there, and like we both just said no, don't get it, and so she couldn't work there anymore. And so like career wise, that was like a complete like, you know, fork in the road like for her. And like now she's working like, you know, doing like different security jobs at like casinos and stuff, and it's kind of just like what the hell do you call it, just like gig work, you know? So like she doesn't have to have a set schedule, just kind of whenever she wants to work. But that just kind of like helps out, you know, with like stuff. We're trying to do more stuff with Noble and get him into more classes and shit like that. There's more activities and shit, but it's this business that pays for everything. And Calais Tell me if I'm pronouncing that wrong too, but Clay said ETN really revived his career last year for sure, man. I'm hoping he does good moving over to New Orleans because I got him on a bunch of dynasty leagues. And user says because the probation violation type thing is my question. Oh, what was it? Is it was something about Rice. I don't even know if he gets suspended from the NFL. I really don't think so. Like, I mean, it's a probation violation, but yeah, I don't know. And hey, shout out to Sean. What up, Sean? He said, what up, man? Virginia in the house at 49 is going to do something, waiting patiently for football. Let's go. Get into some of these drafts with us, bro. I mean, we do, they're only $10 and it's a $10,000 first place prize. So, I mean, it is, it's a really great bang for your buck. And SOC said Josh Jacobs won't see any time off. Nah, probably not this year. Like, if anything, it's going to be probably next year if he does get in trouble. And that's if he gets in trouble, okay? Because like that's like they still haven't filed any criminal charges. Him getting arrested doesn't mean anything if they don't really file like criminal charges, you know? So we got to see. And Cali Jam said if Jacobs plays, I don't think he's going to miss any time in 2026. I really don't. This is getting interesting here. I got my eye on one person. I doubt he's going to make it because I see. Oh, you mean your running backs. Okay. Yeah. I mean, dude, 4th. I mean, that's not bad. Dude. Where's your wide receivers at though, bro? Who's Baker Mayfield going to be throwing to? All right. I feel really good about this, getting Henderson at the end of the 5th. Feel really good about that. Locking down some skill players. SOC said pick one is trolling. Well, not really. I mean, it is good to have it because it's super flex, remember, where you can start 2 quarterbacks. So it's not bad to have a really, really dope 3rd quarterback, because in these leagues, your best players are going to start based on what they score. You don't have to pick and choose who you're going to start. So if you have 3 really good quarterbacks, that just means you're giving yourself an extra chance. You're giving yourself an extra like boost on your just quarterbacks in general. And Corey says Henderson, who you wanted. Yeah. I didn't think he was going to last till there. Usually goes earlier than that. Yeah. Really all my running backs that I got 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I got them lower than they're normally going. Like Breece Hall normally goes at the beginning of the 3rd round. Travis Etienne's usually going in the 3rd round somewhere. And Henderson's usually going in the 4th round somewhere. So, I mean, dude, even Puka, I got Puka later than what he goes, and I got Amon-Ra later than what he goes. So I literally feel like everybody who I've drafted so far has kind of fallen in my lap later than they get drafted on average. So I'm feeling really good about this draft right now. We do have a couple new people in the draft. King Shiznit and Who Dat Fam, they're brand new to the draft. And Cody Power, he's drafted with us, but not this year yet. But my quarterback's obviously taking a little hit. I really don't want Kyler as my number 1, but it is what it is. So I'm going to have to do some making up for it in the quarterback spot. But I'm liking my whole squad so far, though. That's for sure. I'm feeling really, really good about it. And 49er said he failed. He failed the UA for Mary Jane. He said, "What I'm hearing, you probably won't even have anything happen till him this year." Rice, that is. Said I was taking him if he didn't. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I didn't take. Who are you talking? I didn't take Rice, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna get in trouble this year, right? Like, I mean, I just don't think so. I really don't. I'm curious to see how this next round pans out. Like, dude, because I like most people now on the left side of the board. I mean, they all got their 2 quarterbacks. Well, no, I guess Who Dat Fam only has 1 quarterback, but well, I guess Cali Jam only has 1 quarterback too. Never mind. I'm just talking too fast. I think it's time to smoke more. Who's with me?
Bong hit.
I'll smoke it with you, bro. We'll go to the loony bin together. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. And if you can, everybody share the draft on TikTok, because since I curse a little bit and stuff, and we're doing some gardening, like TikTok, they always kind of restrict the stream a little bit. Corey said, I don't think I've seen you take a QB in round 1 or 2 yet in the draft. Well, I haven't taken a QB in round 1. I've taken one in round 2 a couple times. Round 3 has kind of been the earliest that I've been taking them. And yeah, I mean, I'm really just trying to load up on my skill players is what it is. Because I feel like you do have to get a little lucky with the quarterback combo. But I feel like if I just have a bunch of depth at the quarterback, sometimes I just might be able to offset. Because the quarterbacks can score. It's easier for a quarterback to score higher than it is for any other position, like especially with this scoring. I'm not saying that every quarterback, it's easy for them to score high, but just on any given game, if a quarterback throws for 3 touchdowns and like 300 yards, and doesn't throw a bunch of interceptions, like that's going to just be like a really good game. And, that's something almost any quarterback can do, like if they have the right matchup. So that's why I just try to grab a couple of them, grabbing my nuts and jumping in the deep end of the pool. And yeah, I mean, it's really all about trying to feel out, like trying to get the best value, I feel, and trying to build evenly is what it is. And easier said than done, that's for sure, because it's not easy to build evenly. Like you get in these modes of like just seeing players that you want to get because they seem at good value, but this is one of my only builds like this where I went 2 wide receivers and then 3 running backs like in a row. Like I don't think I've done that on too many builds, because I don't think there's been too many builds that I've done where I've taken 3 of anything in a row. I know yesterday, because of the way it worked out, I took 3 running backs in a row in yesterday's draft, and like 1, 2, 3 because of the way it worked out. But yeah, I'm not really doing that too often though. And SOC said Isaiah Likely could win some leagues this year for sure, man. I mean, it's a good position to be in. Very little competition, and like, dude, I mean, they're hurting so much for wide receivers over there that they brought in OBJ, Juju, and Braxton Berrios. Like, dude, that's how much the Giants are hurting for pass catchers. So yeah, Isaiah Likely comes in there, and like he's immediately the second best pass catcher behind Malik Neighbors. And number 1, if you're saying like who's the healthiest guy, like over there, because Malik Neighbors ain't even 100% healthy yet. All right, let's see it, dude. We're getting a quarterback run here. I don't like it. It's ugly. Where do I go with this? 7th round. If this guy lasts one more pick, I have to take him because he does not usually last this far. Let's see. We're going to be living dangerously here. Yo, Brazil in the house. What up, bro? All right. Got to take Jameson. I don't want to, but like he usually goes a lot earlier than that. He usually does. And SOC said Waddle in the 7th. Waddle in the 7th, is that good or bad? Probably good because of all the QBs taken, right? And you might just be used to his value just being based off of like the single QB leagues is what I might be thinking. Ah, man, let's see. I got one guy in mind here for the 8-3. Let's see if he lasts. I don't think he will, because he shouldn't have lasted this far. Nope, didn't last. That's who I was thinking of right there. RJ Harvey. All right, let me see. I did throw a little monkey wrench into my plan of what I was thinking here. And Michael, what up, bro? This is a best ball redraft. Best ball redraft. And it's a super flex. That's where you can play 2 quarterbacks. That's why you see all the quarterbacks going like crazy. I really don't like this pick, but I'm going to lock down my number 2 quarterback because I bet there's going to be a couple quarterbacks drafted in between this pick and my next pick. So at least I got my top 2 guys. Really don't like them as my top 2 guys, but we're going to get more. And Michael said, you into Dynasty at all? Yeah, for sure, dude. I don't stream the Dynasty drafts because all the Dynasty drafts are slow drafts. So like, 4-hour clocks, 2-hour clocks, like we might not get a lot of action. But yeah, dude, I'm in like 32 dynasties and I host like a shitload of dynasties, like a shitload of dynasties. And he said, got Malik. I'm a Giants fan, so biased. I like it. I'm being offered London. I wouldn't want to trade him like straight up, like 1 for 1. Like literally, I mean, the only reason is if you really, really, really want to cheer for the person that you're getting, because like no matter what, that's just very, very equal. Top end wide receiver for top end wide receiver. So probably not. Like I'd probably I'd want to figure out how to get both of those guys on the same team. Like easier said than done for sure. Like, but that's what I'd be wanting to figure out is like, what do I got to pay to get London without giving up Neighbors? Like that's really what I'd be trying to do. And for Zoe, who's your favorite late round 16 plus wide receiver sleeper in Dynasty? That's tough, man. That's tough. I mean, I haven't even done like a full Dynasty startup this year. I've only done like rookie drafts, and because we got so many, like we had so many of those. But I really feel like Trey Harris, Tesla, Jerry Jeudy, like kind of guys like that, like going super, super late, And Michael said, fair they take these days. Yeah, I said, agreed with you. The injury is the concern. Only reason I'm listening. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's not definitely not ideal, for Malik. So that's one thing that sucks. But yeah, I just feel like I wouldn't. And for Zoe, my QBs for Dynasty Leagues, Lamar, Herbert, Danny Dimes. How many more QBs should I pick up? I'm new to Dynasty. I mean, I'd really try to get 4 to 5 starters if possible. Now, obviously, the goal is pretty lofty because like it's like sometimes almost impossible to get 5 starting quarterbacks. But that's where I would be trying to go. And then depending on how deep the benches are, you want to try to get a couple backups who might have some starting potential, your Winstons of the world. I mean, JJ McCarthy, like he's going to be drafted a lot lower because of Kyler this year. But even if JJ doesn't start for a year or 2, if you could put him on like the taxi or just bury him at the end of your bench, if you can only like put rookies on the taxi, like that's like a good move, like as well too. getting like a Joe Flacco, like super late, just in case, you know. And I'm not saying to get all of these guys, you're going to get a couple of them, but that's just what I would be thinking, trying to do that. Hey, King D, shout out to the LBC. What up, bro? And Corey said, would you have taken DJ Moore over a QB if he was still there? Yeah, I would have. I would have taken the shot on just waiting to see who landed at the 9, because I feel like DJ Moore would have been such good value there that it just would have forced my hand to do it. And Dream said JSN falling to the 109 is crazy. Bro, you're telling me. I got Puka at the 110. That was just as crazy. And Michael said you like Alar or Beck in Dynasty at all? I feel like a lot of these rookies. I mean, Beck, I'd say like of the two, but yeah, I mean, dude, a lot of these guys are just so blah this year. Like I feel like I've never been excited about the draft outside of like this draft outside of like a handful of pieces. Then they're going late in rookie drafts. For sure. And that's the only thing kind of intriguing about like Beck, because he's going so late. I mean, you're damn near getting him for free. Woo. Brazil said, I keep hearing next year the QB class pretty good. Yeah, it's going to be a really good class next year. Like you remember a couple classes ago where we had the Bo Nix class, where like Bo Nix was like the 6th quarterback drafted or something, or 5th quarterback drafted. Yeah, that's the one. Whew. Trying to text my mom how to unplug her Fire Stick from the TV. She was like, well, where's it plugged in at? Yeah, next year's QB class though. And Corey said, should have Roquan been the first IDP off the board? Not necessarily. No, I don't think so. Like for me, it's Jordan Brooks. It's Jordan Brooks and Jack Campbell, and then it would be like Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson, like those guys would be like top couple. And so no, I wouldn't put Roquan there. Roquan's a victim of circumstance from his team's offense being so good. It's not his fault, because he's still good. Like he's amazing. Like he's definitely still one of the best in the league at his position. And bro's been in the NFL dominating since he was 20 years old as a starter, as a full-blown starter, you know? Let's see. And Brazil says, I said Drew Alar, both Falcons QB, JJ McCarthy, and both Browns QB are still up. Yeah, for sure. There's a bunch, man. There's still a bunch. There is still a bunch. And Crispy said Giants are just probably going to sign Tony. You already know.
Man, fuck Tony.
And Dykes, what up, bro? He said, how many of these you buy into? I mean, so let me see. I can go check how many I have so far. I think I'm in the 50s or 60s somewhere. So I bought into 67 so far. And we're at number, what is this, 154? So I'm in a little bit more than a third of these so far. And I love it, man. Just addicted to drafting. And Frizzo, which ATL Cleveland QB you like more? I'll show you when we get there. I'll let you know when we get there. Let's see. gonna stick with the skill positions here. You know what? Fuck it, man. Let's lock down Chris Godwin in the 10th. He has God and win in his name, and we're gonna win because of it. And Michael said you like Ty Simpson late into the first round rookie drafts. Not really. I feel like it was such a stretch of a pick for the Rams. And just look at everything they got, man. Like, even if Stafford went down, like, it ain't going to be him who's coming in. I could, like, totally see them just going out and picking up someone to come in if anything, like, happens. Yeah, I'd rather have Concepcion at the end of the first rather than Simpson. That's for sure. I don't even think I'd consider taking Simpson at the end of the first. Like, I'd rather have Concepcion. I mean, if Sadiq falls, him, Cooper, Boston. I mean, I'd rather have those guys at the end than Simpson. Yo, Brown, what up? And he said, tough being at the end. Now I know I went too early on QBs, but had to take the third. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And he said you hate being at the end. You mean you hate being at the bookend, but yeah, at the beginning. So I really wanted Saquon, but Callie got him. Dude, he almost made it. I mean, one away. Yesterday he went at the 212. That was crazy there as well, too. And Dan said, I've always wondered who's your favorite football team, brother. So it used to be the Chargers, but the owner, just the way that the owner did the city of San Diego is just kind of whack. So I was like, man, screw the Chargers. So I don't have any allegiance to any football team anymore. It's all about my fantasy football teams because those are the only ones who are going to pay me anyways. That's all I'm worried about. And Brazil said it's also tight end premium. So far I have Isaiah Likely, Terrence Ferguson. Which tight end should I pick up for my third? Pat Freiermuth, Arroyo, Otten, Michael Mayer. I mean, I'd probably grab a Freiermuth and Arroyo if you can, honestly. I mean, when you're not top heavy at all, you got to grab extra depth because you need the extra dart throws. And Mason said, what's your favorite way of drafting in a dynasty startup super flex? And Matt, thanks for the cap, bro. You the man. And so Mason, my favorite way of drafting would be trading my first round pick and trying to get like 3 or 4 picks inside the top, like 8 to 10 picks. And I would be going wide receiver and quarterbacks early. That's where I'd be going. And then I'd be trying to get like 1 or 2 good running backs within like the top like 5 to 7 rounds. But I wouldn't really be stressing the running backs. I would try to get like 2 dope ones in, like I said, somewhere in like between the 5th, 7th, 8th rounds, like something like that, getting 2 like good ones. And then I would try, like, as soon as I'm like getting close to the bench is when I'd start like trying to get more. But I want to try to trade that first rounder for like, if you can. I mean, I helped someone make a trade. They traded the 108, I think, for the 3rd, a 4th, a 7th, and a 10th, I believe is what it turned out to be. And like their team was looking so good when it got to the 10th because they're already like picking bench players when everyone else is like still trying to fill out their starting rosters. Minnesota Marty, what up, bro? What is going down? And NVB Puka and Amon-Ra is a fire start. Bro, you're telling me, man, I was so stoked. I was so stoked when I got it because Puka never drops to the 110. He's always going higher than that. And like Amon-Ra a couple times has gone at the beginning of the second, but mostly he's like an end of first round guy. So I was stoked that I could lock both of them in because I was about to go Puka and then a running back, but I couldn't pass up the Puka Amon-Ra like start because like I don't think anybody has that combo in this tournament. This is the 154th draft that we're doing, and I don't think anybody has that combo. Because Puka just doesn't go late enough to pair him up with Amon-Ra. Lay low la with Shakira. Right? And NVB. I love ETN this year too. Yeah, I'm really stoked. I'm really stoked that I was able to get him where I got him. First bench player. Got my 3rd quarterback. Let's go. I feel better about it now. Smart man, King D. Yo, stranger. Shout out to the Houday Nation. Let's go. You got perfect timing, my brother.
You got perfect time. About to start a little puff giving this motherfucker.
And Dyke said, only way you're getting those two is if you're drafting with some Hawkins, right? Yeah, man. Like that just it's not really a thing. It's not really a thing. So I'm glad I could say that I got that combo, at least in one of them. And who knows, man, maybe this is the $10,000 team that I'm drafting right now. Oh man, where do I go with this pick? Where do I go with this pick? Man, this one's tough. This one is tough. You know what? Let's go Corum as my top bench RB here. And Stranger, what are you smoking on there, bro? What are you smoking on? Oh, I got to remind everybody, Vegas live draft, August 22nd. It is going to be the shit. You guys got to make it to Vegas. I already rented a hotel room. It is, we're staying at the Cosmo. Dude, it's like a $1,200 a night hotel room. Like we're going to be big balling, shot calling. You guys got to make it out. And Dyke said, you prefer the early draft picks or the late draft picks in the fantasy snake draft? Dude, honestly, like if I have my pick, I'm picking number one. Like more like you get 3 picks inside the top 25, you know, and like no matter how you slice it, like you have the first option of like getting more better players than everybody else, you know? So like I could draft from anywhere. I've won from anywhere, but like if I actually get to pick, I want to be able to pick who I think the number one is. And last year I kind of failed at that because I didn't pick Bijan in every single draft that I had number one. I mixed it up a little bit, like just overthought it. Pick Saquon a couple times, pick Gibbs a couple times, then pick Bijan a couple times. But yeah, you obviously you have to pick right. Like that's another thing is like it doesn't matter where you draft, you have to still pick, you know, the depth is just very important because if you mess up, you got to have the good depth. And I feel like I do got some decent depth here. And Dex Jr. says same last year was the last pick. The last pick was the best, but it switches year to year on placement. Okay. Shout out to Damien for sharing the live stream. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate everybody on TikTok if they could hit that share button, hit that follow button as well. If you like talking about fantasy football, watching drafts, if you like getting your questions answered for fantasy, I mean, this is the place to be. This is the place to be. Yeah, we got some people dipping their toe in IDP. I mean, the second half of the 12th round here, a lot of IDP guys off the board. Thanks to the 4-7 pick is tough. You're earlier, you need to be smart with the late rounds. Yeah. I mean, the one thing that is nice about having those middle picks is you do only have to wait, like, you know, kind of an even number of picks. You know, you don't get the close back-to-back or anything. But like when you have the back-to-back picks, you got to wait a long time for your picks to come around. So it's just like a lot of times whole big tiers of people that you miss, but it just depends. Like, you know, you got to be on it. That's why I do a shitload of these drafts, you know, because like the whole reason why I created this best ball tournament and started it in 2021, it only had like 10 or 12 divisions year one. I can't remember, but it was not a lot. And it was all about like doing draft practice, having draft practice before the season. Like that was like the big thing is like getting in a bunch of draft practice, but like actually having like, you know, stakes and prizes, you know, not just like stupid, like mock drafts, you know, that like, really never turn out like a real draft. And Dykes Jr., but they both have their ups and downs of picks for sure. Yeah, definitely. You know, and like, I mean, I feel like the reason why we all love fantasy football is because there's so many variables. You know, like the more teams you have in a league, like that shit, like each manager is a variable in itself. And then every single pick is a variable within itself, because like, dude, you get 2 or 3 picks that like are way different than what they should be. Like, dude, the variable change that trickles down the line to where how far back people end up going because of it is just like crazy. It's crazy to think about. He said, facts, 10-man league, so much different than 12-man for sure. Because, dude, I swear, in a 10-man league, it's like you're getting guys in the 6th round that you have to get in the 4th round of a 12-man, you know? And it's like, it seems like every couple rounds, it's like you're so far ahead. So that's why everyone is like so stoked, you know, on their teams, because it's like everybody's team is just completely stacked. And like, that's why I don't even like 10-man leagues like anymore, because like every team is fucking stacked. Like, it's so hard to create separation unless like you have like an insane amount of starters. Because like, dude, I used to play in a league that was 10-man, 19 starters, and every team was still stacked. And it was like 10 starters on offense, 9 on defense, or like something like that. And like, and every team was still stacked. Like, you could still never create separation because every team was still so good. And I remember, like, I ended up quitting that league after a year where, like, dude, I was like number 1 in points for and number 1 in points against by like some significant margin that I didn't even make the playoffs. And I was like, dude, I'm done with this fucking league. Like, I create the most badass teams, but literally the schedule is going to fucking determine my fate, to where like every week I'm just playing like the highest scoring team. It's like I either have to score the highest points or I'm losing. Like I was just so done. Like after that year, I was like, I'm fucking done with this shit. Like, dude, not playing in leagues like this anymore. And that one kind of hurt to leave, because it was like, dude, there was some people in that league that I like literally went to kindergarten with. I was like, nah, man, if you guys can't turn this into a 12-man league, I'm out this bitch. They're like, nah, man, we got 10-man, bro. We got to keep it 10-man. And they still had max moves in there as well. Like, dude, they had all these random limitations that we like just needed to fucking change and evolve with the times, because the league had already been around for like 10 years at that point. And yeah, it was a redraft anyways, and like they didn't want to evolve, so it is what it is. And Dykes Jr. said, yeah, it's fucking worse, man. Happened to me. I played the 3rd most points, but 1st most against, couldn't do shit. Yeah, it's like not even fun at that point, right? But that's why I'm such a huge advocate of the game against the median. Like, that is one of the only ways that you can somewhat counterbalance the BS of a really, really bad schedule, or counterbalance the BS of a really, really good schedule, like, as well. Because there may be some people who just catch these like BS wins because of their schedule. You know, the game against the median, it, you know, if you have a really, really good schedule and your team's not that good, like, you know, it's going to kind of hurt you. And then vice versa, if you're a really, really good team, but you have a really, really, really bad schedule, like, it's going to kind of help you, you know? And yeah, I'm such a huge advocate of the game against the median, because there's two parts that I feel like are the hugest pieces of luck in fantasy football. And that's injuries and your schedule, because like you literally can't control those things, you know? And Dykes Jr., game against the median. So what that means, the easiest way to explain it is you play 2 games per week. 1 game versus your head-to-head opponent, and then 1 game versus the entire league. And I know Sleeper has the feature available. I don't know other fantasy apps that do have the feature besides like My Fantasy League. I think that might be the only one that has it. But yeah, it makes it way better, because like, just imagine this. Just imagine, so you're playing your head-to-head opponent, and yes, Zan, this is an official draft. Yes, it's a $10 best ball draft with a $10,000 first place prize. So just imagine this, Dykes Jr. and Gavin said, how'd Puka fall to the 9? He fell to the 10, and I can't believe it, because he never falls that low. I ended up getting him. He never falls that low. He's like usually gone by like 107 at the latest. Like usually it's like the 105, 106. Jesus, who the hell's calling me right now? And okay, so Dykes Jr., just think about this. So like you play your head-to-head opponent. Let's say you get screwed and you play the number one scoring team, you know, and you catch a loss. So you're still getting that loss, but because you play against the league as well, if it's a 12-man league, the 6 teams that score the highest, they get a win, and then the 6 teams that score the lowest, they get a loss. And so instead of being 0-1, like you would be 1-1. And that's like how it kind of takes out a little bit of the BS of the schedule. And yeah, I've been such a huge advocate for that, especially in dynasty leagues. And Zaddy B2K said, because some ass picked Drake May in the 8th pick. Yeah, it's a 2-quarterback league, so Drake May is going to be one of the higher scoring players in the league, you know, minus injury or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't have taken Drake May there either. I would have taken I would have taken Puka there or JSN, one of the two. And dude, and Water said Chase at the 7. I mean, I was saying that when it happened, like, dude, like you look at like the first 6 picks. I mean, usually Lamar Jackson's not going at the 4th pick, but he could warrant that with the amount of points that he scores. And JT's usually not going at the 106 either. But those guys who made those picks, they're brand new to this tournament. This is their first draft. So, you know, sometimes when there's brand new guys in, it helps guys fall a little bit. But they said I know at least King Shiznit said this is the first of many drafts that he plans on doing. So he's just getting his feet wet on this first one. All right. And dude, I'm feeling good about my squad. I got a lot, got my QBs that I need now, but I'm probably gonna have to switch it up and start getting some IDPs here. It's about that time. A lot of good players off the board already, so that sucks. But I got a lot of guys ready in the queue to go now. All right, there we go. And Dario said, guy with the 2nd pick is low-key cooked. Yeah, Cali Jam. I mean, he might be around. We might do grades at the end. We'll see. I mean, dude, he got like a really high score yesterday, but he went balls to the wall with the running backs, and you know he's gonna need his wide receivers to hit. Gonna need those wide receivers to hit. And Crispy said, how the hell did Chase fall to 107? Bro, if you look, it's the guy taking Lamar at the 104 and the guy taking JT at the 106. That's really how he fell there. All right. Oh, Dario, he's low-key cooking. He said he's got a good team. I mean, yeah, those 4 running backs in a row. I'd be nervous about the wide receivers, you know. I mean, this is best ball, so as long as you get a shitload of depth, you know, it could be okay. But yeah, I'd be nervous about having Flowers and Michael Wilson as my 1 and 2. I mean, I'm drafting 10th, and like my 1 and 2 are Puka and Amon Ra. So like, I'm like beyond excited about my first 2 wide receivers. And shout out to Robert. What up, bro? And he said, what up, Alex, with the news about Josh Jacobs? How far has he dropped in the draft status average so far? Really just like a round or 2. So it's not like insane. And Dario said 100% being traded for wide receivers with those running backs. Well, so in this format, there's no trades, there's no ads, there's no drops. It's best ball. It's literally you draft and then the season plays itself out. It is, it's, I mean, the way that I look at it, and I know a bunch of peeps look at it, it's a $10 lottery ticket with a chance to win $10,000. Yeah, Cali Jam said, I'm building A's and RBs and IDP. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And Brown said, it's interesting how different the ADP is from DraftKings. Dude, it's like nowhere like close. And he said, I love the fact that everyone doesn't exactly follow the ADP here, which I agree with, because the ADP could be pretty whack early on. Dude, for sure, especially like how far along we've been drafting, you know? Because yeah, I mean, dude, we're helping create a lot of this this ADP. I mean, we've been drafting since February. And Dykes Jr. said, dude, that's sick. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, you got to get in some of these drafts with us, bro. They're only $10. And just message me on Sleeper at FF Hustler 420. At FF Hustler 420. I mean, dude, these drafts are so fucking fun. I don't stream every single one of them, but we're drafting like damn near every single night. And dude, there's fast drafts, there's slow drafts if you can't like commit to like a 2-hour draft, you know, at night. And dude, it's awesome, man. It is awesome. And this year's going to be the biggest year yet. I mean, last year we had 300 teams in, and we're like 50 or 60 divisions ahead of where we were last year at this time. I want to see last year. Let's see what division drafted. June 2nd. Yeah, June 2nd, we drafted division number 98 last year, and now we're on 54. So dude, look at that, man. I mean, we're 56 divisions ahead of where we were at this point last year. So we're well on our way to 420 divisions. Yeah, Dario says he's about to eat some gummies. I like it. What brand of gummies, and what's the what's the brand of gummies, and what's the milligrams? And Dykes Jr., where do you search the people's names? Fuck, man. I don't exactly know. There should be somewhere. I think it's like the bottom right corner where you can compose, like where you can open up like a brand new like a DM to someone on Sleeper, and then you just type in the name of, and then you'll type in FF Hustler 420. RSO gummies, nice. Valhalla, 10 each, okay. And GUP, Gup, thanks for sharing, bro. Shit, someone just asked me a trade question through text. Hold up. Woo. Yeah, Dario, thanks for the follow. If you guys like fantasy football, you will like it around here. If you guys are fans of the 420 crew, you will like it around here. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we're doing. I mean, I have a lot of other channels. I have a channel called Vegas Living 420. That's more of like my vlogging, you know, just shit around town. If I go do food reviews of somewhere, like reviewing just places, that's the spot I do it. Also got a movie channel where I'm gonna start streaming movies on TikTok. SS Breakdowns. It's the silver screen breakdowns. Yeah, if you go to fantasyfootballhustler.com, that's my website that has like all the links to like everywhere on the internet that I am. I got like 5 TikToks. We got a Lego TikTok. That one's like awesome. And that was actually the first account that I got to 1,000 followers on TikTok, was the Lego TikTok. But I've slowed down a little bit because I've been just like, you know, quadrupling down on the fantasy football. But yeah, I've got a lot of good stuff. All right, almost my pick again. I think I might stick with the IDPs here. And Wyatt said, should I trade Bucky and Tyson for Jefferson and Stowers? Shit, I would. To get Jefferson? Yeah, man. Jefferson's the best guy in that trade. Obviously, I mean, Stowers might be the worst guy in that trade, but I would do that to get Jefferson. All right. Dykes Jr. said he just messaged me on Sleeper. Let me open it up on my other computer here. Nice. Let me make my pick here. You know what? Let's lock down Patrick Queen, baby. She's a killer queen. All right. Just responded, Dykes. Thanks for jumping in. Okay, I got to. And Dan says, "So what's the payout after?" Yeah, so what's the payout after my 10 grand? I mean, man, so this year, assuming we get to 300 and we're on our way, is going to be it's the $10,000, first place winner, but there's going to be 5 teams that win over $1,000. So like that just also going to be insane is like just having last year was 4, this year it's going to be 5. And then if we end up getting to 420, it's 420 divisions. I believe it's going to be a $13,000 first place prize, and then I believe it's 6 or 7 teams that are taking home over 1,000. So pretty cool stuff, man. I'm super excited. And lay low. He said, "Where's Tony?"
Man, fuck Tony.
And hell yeah, Laylo said another draft. Let's go. Let's do it, baby. And you sniped me more than a few times. I'm a little pissed off at you, Laylo. Yeah, man, you're not messing around right now. You're not messing around. He's on it. And Frizzil, he said, "I'll go ahead and take my first place prize already. Let's go." And you demand, Frizzil, yeah, you got to be getting into more of these like you have been this year, right? Last year, I think you might have only gotten into 1. I know this year you've done more than that. A couple tight ends in a row there. Yeah, this year more than ever, like I really feel like I'm in the zone. Like last year, I felt like I stuck to one strategy a lot and it just didn't hit. This year, I'm just like being water in these drafts like nobody's business. You guys are in trouble. Just like Bruce Lee said, be water, my friends. Be water. So yeah, you guys are in trouble because it might be me taking home the first place prize this year. Yeah, last year barely cracked the top 50, man. I think I had like the second place team in week 16. Like I had a bunch of teams that did really good in week 16. Then they completely flopped in week 17. I was so pissed. Crispy, thank you, sir. Pending trade in the 88. Let's see. No future picks. Perfecto. Yes. Thank you, Crispy. Oh, K2 smoking Buddha. And Carter on TikTok, he's K2 Pinson's biggest fan. He said K2 Pinson's winning the league. And Frizzil said goal is to make it further than the first round. Yeah, man. That's a good goal. My goal would just be making the championship, my goal this year, the only goal that I am saying is first place. First place in week 17. And Frizzil, you demand. Thanks for throwing the cap. Thanks for throwing the Sunday bowl. About to get the bowl in right now, if you know what I'm saying.
All right, fire 'em up.
And Camden said Chris Braz is my sleeper pick. I'm not mad at it. Lucas, is this dynasty? No, this is a best ball redraft league. I do dynasty leagues, but I don't stream the drafts because they're all slow drafts. All right, let's see. Oh, Cooper in Boston off the board. Eric Wilson off the board. And Lucas said, "What's best ball?" Best ball. So there's a few different ways that you could play best ball, but we're playing in the purest form where you draft. There's no ads, there's no drops, there's no trades, and the season plays itself out. And the app puts your highest scoring players in the app inside the starting lineup week after week. So you're really just checking scores and that's it. And we do this in addition to all the other leagues that we do. So we're not doing this as like the only league. This is a really huge tournament. This is actually the 154th division that is drafting for this tournament. And it's only $10. And there's a first place prize of $10,000. Ooh, Joanna Man Johnson for Laylo Lyle. I'm gonna lock down my fifth IDP, lock down all my starters here. So I feel good about that. And then I got a couple pieces that I'm ready to go with in this next round here. Gio. There goes Gio off the board. All right, let's go. Who's gardening with me?
Light it up. Let's get Chinese eyes, man.
You got perfect timing. About to start a little puff giving this motherfucker.
Woo. Woo. All right, let's see it, Dan. Dan the man, where you going, bro? Where are you going? Where are you going? I could go in a lot of different directions here. All right, you know what? I'm gonna lock down a running back. Take a shot on a rook in the 20th round. The guy who might the guy who might be replacing Pacheco. Woo! All right.
All right.
Woo!
Yup. Catch me outside. How about that?
Woo!
Whoop-de-doo. What does it all mean, Basil?
I gotta start remembering to do more sound drops just out of nowhere, right? Zach said, scroll up. There you go. There's the top. Let me know after you check it out. And it's a 2-quarterback league, Zach. I don't know if you've ever been here before, but that's why the quarterbacks are going so high. And it's not dynasty. It's a best ball redraft. So those are some of the most common questions asked. And if you're brand new here, anybody on TikTok, if you're brand new, hit that follow, hit that like, hit that share. I'm going live all the time doing fantasy drafts. Nobody has their pulse on the fantasy football values of players more than I do. And that's for redraft. That's for dynasty. Most of these guys that are doing content that I've seen on TikTok, like they don't even play in leagues. They're just like giving advice. Like, how can you give advice and not play in leagues? Or how can you give advice and play in like one league, one basic ass league at that? And Dyke said 3 tickets to Canada. I wrote him money. There we go. Let's get it. Is that where you're at, Dykes? You in Canada? Are you in Canada, buddy? Are you in Canada, guy? I'm not your buddy, guy. Okay, he said no, it's South Park. Okay. Well, that's what it was, the reference that I got to. All right, lay low, Laos. I'll take a grade. All right, you'll be first. And don't forget, man, it's nice when people throw in a little super chat when asking for the grade. It is much appreciated because it helps keep the lights on. Cost a road off money. Okay, Dyke's in Chicago. Nice. Yeah, only time I've been to Chicago is when I did a layover in Chicago. That was it. I don't know if I'm packing enough heat to come to Chicago, man. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, right. Especially like I don't even think I'm like a touristy like type of person. Like I feel like when I went to New York last year, like the only thing I cared about like doing was like going to eat at like dope food spots and like smoking weed. Like that's really all I cared about. Like go smoke weed at like some cool spots and go eat some dope food. Yeah, it's called Chirac. Moved for work for sure, man. I mean, I know a few people that moved when I was living in San Diego. Still, a few people that moved from Chicago to San Diego, and they're like, "Man, it is so peaceful out here compared to Chicago." It's like, yeah, man, and you ain't living. I mean, you're not in like the slums in San Diego either. Because I feel like you could almost go to any part of like any major city, and you're gonna find where the gangsters reside. But yeah, I know Chicago's on just I mean, they don't call it Chirac for nothing. Like that shit's insane. The movie that I remember, Dykes, you ever seen Bad Boys, the original one with Sean Penn and Isai? Is that Isai Morales? Like, I wonder, is that really like how he said, oh yeah, is that really how, I mean, I know that movie's like is from the 80s, but like, is that pretty accurate amongst the hoods in Chicago, how people were living? I assume so. It's probably actually downplayed a little bit, right? Because like they were really only showing like two crews, and that was it. He said, yeah, it's still how Southside is for sure. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's the only thing I know. Don't fuck around on the south side of Chicago. Like when I moved to Vegas, I asked a couple people, I was like, hey, where should I not move? And like one guy told me, don't move to the north, don't move to the east, and don't move to the west. I was like, damn. So only in the south, huh? And he was like, yeah, only in the south. And so I ended up moving to the southwest. And it wasn't not a bad decision. And Water Drinker, why would you keep Bills running back? Bills running back at third round. I'm confused. What are we talking about here? I'm confused. Cook went and he went in the first, didn't he? Oh, would you keep him? Oh yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Definitely would do that in a keeper league because I feel like he's going first or early second round at the latest, right? Like, so yeah, man, you're getting great value on keeping him at the third. I'd do it. I mean, who are your other options though? I mean, that's without him or Pittman in the seventh. Yeah, dude, nah, I'm keeping Cook at the third. You can only keep one. It's a one keeper league. If so, yeah, I'm keeping Cook in the third. I was so confused when you started asking. But yeah, for sure. I'm doing Cook over Pittman. Yeah. Because you might be able to get Pittman even later than that. I don't even know if Pittman's gonna go. Like you might be able to get Pittman in like the 9th or 10th round. So yeah, I feel like it's like worse value on keeping Pittman. Whew. All right. Got a couple more offensive guys. So yeah, we're gonna have to get back to IDP pretty soon here. We still got a lot of good options though. You guys are in trouble. Index, that's so true. DK and Pittman value drop sharing with Rodgers. Yeah, for sure. And it could end up being really good, right? Because like, I mean, last year when it's only DK, I mean, because they didn't have Pickens, they'd already gotten rid of him, right? Like, dude, it's gonna be so much easier to spread the ball and so much easier for like one-on-one coverages to happen. Like last year, I mean, DK is getting double teamed almost every play because like you don't have to worry about covering anybody else. And not like you're not covering everybody else, but you know what I mean? Like there's nobody you really have to focus on to like double team. So it just makes it like way easier to just like put a safety over top or whatever, just to like his side. And then that just like screws everything up. Uh-oh, there goes Beck. Cali Jam locked him down in the 23rd. Did you get Brissett? Nope. Could be a good move, though. Could be a good move. Uh-oh. I think we got 2 people who are already tapped out in the 20s. Hopefully they set a big queue. Jay Saunders, yeah, I'll move the board up. Just let me know when you're done so I can move it back down. Last time someone asked me to move it up and then they forgot to tell me it. I just left it up for a while. Tank Dell in the 23rd round. Feel like I would have waited on that. Where am I going to go with this? There's a lot of different ways that I could go. Actually, I know where I'm going. Got my eyes set. Here we go. Hopefully I can snatch these 2 guys in back-to-back rounds. Here we go. Let's see. Don't do it, lay low. You better not snipe. You already sniped Van Ginkel from me. And then, dude, I was thinking about going Branch, and then, yep, thanks, dude. And Jay Saunders, this is it's a super flex, so 2 quarterback league. And it's tight end premium. And then we got the IDPs in the mix also. Let's see where King D goes. Let's see if I can get my back-to-back picks here that I wanted to get. And for anybody on TikTok who just jumped in, make sure you hit that follow. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share. Show some love. Because like I'll be your favorite fantasy football like content creator. I can tell you that. Like I don't post a lot of shorts. I mean, during the season I might, but it's more about the one-on-one, it's not one-on-one, but the interaction of like the live streams. Like that's how I differ from everybody else. And like I play in a shitload of leagues. Like you see me drafting in like most of these leagues that I'm doing. And then like you'll see me drafting later because I'll be hosting other drafts throughout the year. So like if you guys want to get into like an actual redraft league, like I'll have those. Like, we won't draft till August, but you could get in now. Like you guys ever heard of the guillotine leagues? The leagues that's pretty much like fantasy football survivor, the chopped leagues on Sleeper. I host those for $33. They're so fun. It's an 18 man draft. And every single week, the lowest scoring team gets chopped, and then their team goes back into the waivers. Everyone starts with $1,000 fab. It is, it's so fun when it comes to waivers because, like, dude, you're literally able to get like first round drafted guys. Like at least one per week. Like, dude, it is it's pretty insane. It's ultimate test of strategy as well, because you got to last for 17 weeks. And hell yeah, Dyke said those are so fun. It says started last year. It's electric. Hell yeah, dude. I've been hosting them since 2020. I've been hosting them since I had to do everything manual before they actually made this format where it now the app kind of does everything for you. But yeah, man, it is. Those ones are fun. I usually plan at least 2 per year. And shout out to Jay Saunders for throwing the rose. I appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, this is a 100% fan-funded show. So I appreciate anybody throwing in super chats on YouTube, throwing in the gifts on TikTok. Appreciate you guys. Because I'll be here helping you win money all year. That is for sure. Where do I want to go with this next pick? So I got 7 IDP guys. You know what? Let's go here. Lock down Jesse Bates. And Callie Jam said this is top 3 IDP of mine this year. Okay. All right. Let's see. Sherwood, Gray, Bolton, Dodson. Man, it's nasty, bro. And then Brian Burns as the 5. That's nasty, man. Dude, savage. That's what you are, bro. And hell yeah. Dan said, bro, I love those guillotine leagues. Hell yeah, man. They're so fun. And I'm hosting 6 of them. At least as of now, I'm hosting 6 of them. 2 of them have already filled, but we got more. You can join up to 4 as of now. And once those 6 fill, I might be starting another 1 or 2. And Sam said, can I get in one draft tonight? Dude, so this is the only draft that I'm doing tonight. But if you message me on Sleeper at FF Hustler 420, I'll get you into the next draft. That would be tomorrow. Or there'll be a slow draft filling as well. But yeah, every night we start drafting about 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Cali Jam, you the man, said dab in a grade, you the man. Almost got my 10, so I'm about to jump back to offense. Dude, you the man, Cali Jam. We're about to smoke a bowl for you now, and then I will, when you, there he goes on. All right, let's see. So, all right, just messaging you back right now, Sam. So the options are fast or slow draft. They're $10 a piece, and then it's $10 a piece, and there's a $10,000 first place prize. And Dyke said, how long are the fast draft? What's the setup? So it is. Let me see. It's probably too small to show you on my screen, but so it is. It's 10 offense, 5 defense. The 5 defenders can be any position. It doesn't matter. It's just all flex. So I made it that way so it could be very easy for anybody to fill, whether you played in with defensive players or not. And then there's 20 bench players. So there's 35 total. There's 35 total rounds. And I would say it usually takes about like an hour and 45 minutes. Like, I mean, I would just say 2 hours just to be safe, to overestimate. Because yeah, we've been drafting for an hour and 25 minutes, and we're finishing round 26 right now. And yeah, for everybody who's never done IDP before, literally you do 1 or 2 of these drafts. Like, I'm not saying you'll be an expert, but you will understand it so much, like just after like 1 or 2 drafts. And then especially like I do grades at the end of the drafts, like as well. And I'll give you your pointers on what you're doing good, what you're doing bad, what you can improve, stuff like that. Sam said, what's the scoring? So the QB, it's QB premium scoring, where a quarterback scores 6 points per passing touchdown and 1 point for every 15 yards passing. That's another reason why you see the quarterbacks kind of like a little bit drafted high. Running backs, it's the normal, 1 point per 10 yards. In this one you get let me see, is it let me just double check. I'm pretty sure you get 0.25 points per carry, and then 0.25 points per every first down. And then same thing for the wide receivers on the first downs, and then it's 2 points per reception, except for the tight ends, who get 2.5 points per reception. Let me go double check that. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Correct about all that. And then for the IDP, it's 1 point. It is 1 point for assisted tackle, and it's 1 point for a QB hit. It is 1 point. 2 points for a solo tackle, 2 points for a tackle for loss, 3 points for a block punt, 3 points for a fumble recovery, and a forced fumble. And then what else? What did I miss? 6 points per interception, 6 points per sack, 6 points per touchdown. And Dyke said, okay, that's fast in my dynasty league. Yeah, exactly. Like, so if you want to get into a slow draft, I have those as well. Those ones are just going to be, they start pretty much every day. Like, I mean, that's how often they fill, but it starts with like a 4-hour clock for like the first 10 rounds. And then for like the next, like, I think like 18 or 19 rounds, and it's 2 hours, and then it's 1 hour for like the last like 5 or 6 rounds. But that is an option as well. It usually takes like 10 days, sometimes 14 days if it's a slower one. He said no, it was miserable. Yeah, see, do the fast draft then. Yeah, I have the slow drafts. I mean, I go hard on it because there's a bunch of people who just they can't fast draft, kids, work, whatever, they can't fast draft no matter what. So there's actually been, I think, 90 slow drafts out of these 150 that have been slow drafts so far. But yeah, I mean, you have to, when I'm doing these slow drafts, I usually have like 5 or 6 going at once. So like, I'm really not like focusing on just one and just like, sitting in and doing just one, All right. All right, screw it. All right, back to the wide receiver. And Isaac in a dynasty super flex, 8-hour timer slow drafts, takes a few days to finish, sometimes in a week. I mean, dude, if you're doing 8 hours, I mean, and it's only taking a week, like, man, like how many rounds are you actually doing though? Because that seems really slow. And so my team's looking super nice. Nice. Who you got on your squad? Josh Sweat, thick brick. Man, thought I was going to be able to get him later. Okay. Damn it.
Accessibility.
Oops. Sorry, guys, messaging about the Vegas draft. Someone's inquiring about it. If anyone's interested in learning more about the Vegas draft, let me know. Okay. It's time for another bowl. Who's with me? Yeah, and Crispy. It doesn't matter what your name is.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Isaac said AJ Brown too. Nice. I'm glad that we finally have the AJ Brown move. All right, Dan. Hell yeah, dude. I'll hit you up on the guillotine. I'll send you some links right now. There's 4 that you could do if you want to get in. All right, we just had another person. We just had another person officially book their flight and hotel for Vegas. Man, it's all coming together. It's gonna be so sick, and we're gonna be partying with Ricky Williams. Like how freaking dope is that? Dude, we're gonna be partying with Ricky Williams. If anybody who can't make it, if you want to get a signed jersey or something, I'm gonna have it for you. Almost my pick. Okay, where are we gonna go with this pick? Where are we gonna go? You know what? I'm locked down. We'll lock down one more IDP because Montez Sweat. Need to have him on my team. All right, and Dan, 49ers Dan, I shot you the link to the live stream and then the link to the guillotine number 3. And time to smoke. All right, Andrew made it back. Let's go. He said, "What's the team?" Oh man, I got to scroll down a little bit more. Killing it, man. I feel like I'm killing it. I got all my IDP guys locked in, but I got to lock down some solid. Got to lock down some solid bench depth here for the offense. Hufanga. That's a good pick. Thanks, Crispy. But yeah, man, I'm so stoked about Vegas. You guys are going to hear me talking about it a lot. Because we're going to be... It's all going down in August. Whew, here we go. Who's firing it up with me? Let's get it.
All right. Fire them up.
Roll it.
I got 5 on it.
You got perfect timing. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker.
Now, Shemina, now y'all should have bought a Honda.
Whew. I don't think I'm gonna draft another backup quarterback. Don't need it. Like, this part is hard though. Like, who are the guys who are gonna be worth these last couple bench spots? This is where everyone's doing a lot of thinking, using up that whole minute. Let's see it, King Shiznits. Woo! Dude. Oh man, there goes K2 getting in the zone.
Get in the zone.
All right. Getting rocked by Tyson over there. Yeah. Everyone, like Mike Tyson says, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face, right? Yeah, I wish Mike Tyson stuff was more readily available. And Dykes, I'm gonna send you the link to tomorrow's fast draft. The heck is it? It's the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Yeah. Whoa. Where is it? Where do I have it? Well, I know I just got this one.
69, dude.
And that's from the first one, but and yeah, the slow draft, if anyone's interested, we only need 5 more to fill. Yeah, there we go. All right. Back on the clock. We're going with another wide receiver. Damn you, Cali Jam. I was gonna try to get Hill on my next pick. And Dykes, are you doing them every night? He said, when do they start? Yeah, pretty much every night. Like, I mean, there may be some, like I didn't do one Sunday because it just filled so slow that I was like, we're just gonna push it off until tomorrow. But more often than not, every night, and 6 p.m. West Coast time. Well, actually 8 p.m. Central time, because you're in Chicago, right? 8 p.m. Central time is when they start. And I sent you the link. And if you look in the pinned comments, you'll see in the welcome message at the bottom, everything's numbered 1 through 9. Number 9 is the payment info. So you can either pay through Zelle or through Square. And with Square, you can pay through Cash App, Apple Pay, or like any card. Super fun every night. And yeah, this year has been the most hyped year yet. I mean, it's so hyped that we started drafting in the beginning of February for this tourney. Last year we started in mid-March. And it's just like everybody wanted to draft. So we just started hella early. And it's like a community within a community, because a lot of the guys who draft very often. And then, you know, you'll get some people who sprinkle in and do a draft here and a draft there. But like this is my 67th draft, and I'm not the highest. I don't even think I'm close to the highest. Like when I do the breakdowns, I have like different tiers, and I haven't even hit the top tier of guys, like with the amount of drafts that they have. Because there's a guy who's joined every single slow draft, and so he's in like 90 of these, more 90 plus at this point. Everyone wants that $10,000, man. That 10,000 is like life-changing money to get all at once. Like, man, it's awesome. And it's crazy. The guy who won it last year, his wife was having a baby in like February or March. So he was like so stoked. Like all that money just came in like right at the right time. And Dyke said, when do we find out picks? So when the draft fills and everybody pays. So like today, it was like down to the wire. So you didn't find out picks until 10 minutes, until before 10 minutes before the draft is when you found out picks today. Sometimes it's an hour or two early, but it's when it fills and when everybody pays. And I try to tell everyone to pay when they join, so that the filling and paying happens all at once. Come on, 49ers. Pitry. That's a good pick. And where do you pay again? Sorry, dude, I'm ripped up. No problem, dude. If you look in the pinned comments, there's like a welcome message. Just like slowly scroll in the welcome message, and then you'll see towards the bottom, it will be number 9, and it's either Zelle or a Square link. And the Square link, Zelle is preferred. That's just the easiest because that's like bank to bank, bank to bank app exchange. But if you do Square, you'll see you can pay with like PayPal. You could not PayPal, sorry. You could pay with Cash App or Apple Pay or like any type of card. So if you don't have Zelle, yeah, you could do that way. And there's a bunch of ways that you can pay. And we got a trade. What the hell? Just to jump up one spot, Frankie Louvu was a throw-in piece. That's insane. Why don't I get offered trades like that? I'll do that in a heartbeat. Thanks, Crispy. All right, last round. I'm gonna play a song and go drain the main vein after my pick, and then I'll do I'll do grades. So let me know. I know we got 2 grades. We got Laylo, Lyle, and Cali Jam. Pete, let me know if anybody else wants a grade. Cali Jam said what league was that? The number 24 420 crew. Okay. All right, let me put on a song and then I will be back in a few minutes. We're going to do some Bohemian Rhapsody. That'll give me a few minutes. I won't have to rush. If I can find it. Here we go. Like the fire that needs the head. All right. Let me see. Do I switch it up to IDP right here? Oh, man. Top IDP guys already got taken. All right. You know what? Let's go there. Go Max Clare in the 4th. And Cali Jansen definitely liking the drafts as of late. Yeah, right. I don't know about you. I feel like you're like in the zone, right? Okay. Lay low. You better lay low. Oh, shit. Started off with 3 wide receivers. And Wizard Kelly said, why are all the mocks 2 QB leagues? I don't know, bro. This ain't a mock. This is a money league, man. You won't catch me doing any mocks. That shit's a waste of time. But the 2 QB leagues is where it's at, man. The single Q, like when fantasy football was invented, 2 quarterbacks were a part of the roster. Somewhere along the way, they dumbed it down and made it just 1 quarterback. So I don't know, man. I've always played in 2 quarterback leagues. It's way more fun. Way more level to the strategy. Quarterbacks almost feel like a waste in single QB leagues. Am I right? They have like no value. And okay, so lay low. Prescott and Bo Nix. I think I'm gonna call that a B. I'd say Dak's like a B+ guy, Bo Nix like a B- guy. Hey, Ghost Monkey in the house. What up, bro? He said, man, this hockey game is legit. Who is it the Knights? Who's in it right now? And Dyke said, do you like playing in a 2 flex league or 3 wide receivers? Yeah, for sure. So like this one, we have it's 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 4 flex, 1 quarterback, and 1 super flex spot. Running backs. Ooh, it's ugly here. Hubbard, Stevenson, Dowdle, Kroski. I'm gonna call that a C+. It's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly. Not horrible, but it's ugly. But man, the wide receivers though, JSN, Lamb, AJ Brown, Igbuka, and then Shakira for just like honorable mention so I can hit the drop.
Shakira.
Dude, And Dyke said, and do the defensive players go for flex spots too often then? Well, yeah. So there's 10 offensive spots. That's where those flexes are that I'm talking about. And then there's a whole separate side to the defense, 5 IDP flex spots. So like the offense and the defense don't mix. Like you have a designated 10 spots for offense and a designated 5 spots for defense. And 1 second, I got a question I got to answer really quick. And Dex said, gotcha. Thanks for clearing that up. Yeah, no problem. So, yeah, you for sure, like the way that I do it is, I mean, you're going to draft your starters. I mean, that's your 10. And then you're going to draft your 5 IDP starters. Then, so that's like that's your 15 starters. I try to draft 5 or 6 IDP bench guys. So that's like, you'd be up to 20 or 21 players. And then like the rest are going to be offense for me. So that's going to be either 14 or 15 bench offensive guys. That's kind of the way that I break it down. I'm not drafting it in that order. Like you can kind of see, like, I mean, most people are going to draft almost all their offensive guys before they start switching to defense. Yeah, A+ receivers. I totally went off the rails on there. And Crispy said, "What's an IDP?" And let's see. How about for the what's it called? IDP. 1 second. I didn't answer this question. Kind of slacking on it. Okay, let's see. Where's your top 5? Lloyd, Quincy Williams, Drew. Man, dude, you totally why did you draft Drew Tranquil there? Like, dude, you could just get him so much later. And dude, you guys, he's just a bum, man. He's never lived up to the expectations.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Alex Singleton. I mean, you did kind of get back on track there.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself.
and then Nick Cross, not too shabby. Dude, Drew Tranquil kind of messes it up. He really does, man. Because he's like a C player amongst all your other like A- and B+ like players. So I'm gonna call it a B+. I can't give it an A- because of Drew Tranquil. Like him by himself, like downgrades this to an A- or downgrades this to a B+. Would have been an A- if you would have had someone of similar ilk amongst, you know, your other guys, because Devin Lloyd and Quincy, I mean, those are like A- guys to me. Singleton's like a B+ guy. Nick Cross, he's like fringing on a A- and a B+ like type of guy. And I know he has Van Ginks, but like Van Ginks also, like, you know, not living up to expectations all the way as well too. And I'm only grading it off the top 5, you know, like grading it off the starters, the guys who are plugged in as the starters. So let's see how that all like shapes out. Another trade in the 88. Hold on. Let me go do that really quick so I don't have to worry about that later. Yeah, what the fuck? Just trade you all my starters for all your starters. All right, finally got rid of someone who I'd just been waiting to. All right, so we had a B, a C plus, an A plus, and a B plus. So the A plus is up 1, 2. The A plus is up 4. Then you got the B plus, so that's up 5. And then you got the C plus, which is down 2. So you're up 3. So 88 miles per hour.
Good night, future boy.
All right.
It worked.
88 miles per hour. There we go. Next. Good team, Lalo. Next is going to be Cali Jam Pete. Let's and we're gonna pack up that Dabaroo. Pack up that Dabaroo. Let's go. Because, yeah, it is always better getting your grade with a dab attached. And I'll just start reading off while I'm packing this up. So we got the QBs with Baker and Darnold. Not horrible. I think I'm going to call that a B. Man, what's up with this damn child-proof lock? There we go. Got it. We'll call that a B. I think both guys are like B status right now. That's grades out of like anywhere from A plus to F minus. Running backs. Woo! Gibbs, Barkley, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I think I gotta call that an A plus. I gotta call that an A plus for the running backs there, and Kenny Gainwell to boot. Yeah, I gotta call that an A plus. 5 running backs inside your top 10, though. I wonder how that affects other positions. I mean, the quarterbacks didn't affect them much. I mean, they're a B, but yeah, I mean, could have been better depending on where you drafted. Wide receivers, though, I was talking about how blah like this was. And Torres, he said, this is an F minus draft if you're the highlighted team. Well, that's the team that I'm grading right now if you're trying to give a grade. And shout out to Torres. Flowers, Mike Wilson, Pitts. And I mean, Pittman, he's not inside your top 10. He's not inside your top 10. So, he's officially on the bench, and we're just grading this out of the what's it called? The starters. Yabba dabba doo. I mean, Flowers, he's like a B plus guy for me. But then it falls off a cliff like pretty quickly. Because I wouldn't want Wilson as my wide receiver too. And not grading you off your depth. That's why we kind of like changes the strategy a little bit. Woo! Torres just sealed it with the highest grade, F minus. Woo! All right. Cali Jam, thanks for that super chat on YouTube. And Torres said Wilson might be his best receiver. Yeah, it was tough, man. I mean, didn't Flowers finish like top 12 or like just barely right outside the top 12? I guess Wilson kind of finished right at the same. Yeah, I think I got to call this. I'm going to call that. Man, it's tough. I feel like it's either a B minus or a C plus. That's what I'm kind of debating here. I mean, Pitts is okay with the tight end premium. We'll call it a B minus. I mean, I almost actually I think we're gonna call it a B minus. Yeah. We'll call it a B minus. I mean, that's what Cali Jam gets. That's the reason why he greased the wheels, right? Yeah, when I'm debating, I'll just go on the on the higher side instead of the lower side. And Torres said I might not be a big Flowers guy. I try to avoid him at all costs. Yeah, so this league specifically, it's a best ball draft where you don't have to choose when to start him. If he scores enough points to be a starter, he'll be a starter. If he like sucks for the week, he just won't be a starter and someone else will start in his place. So that's like one, like, because I've been taking him in these drafts also, but I wouldn't take him in like a regular like league where I'd have to choose when to start him, because like I don't think that would be fun. Okay, so I'm gonna say B minus there, and then the IDPs, I mean, dude, killed it on the IDPs though. Sherwood, Gray, Bolton, Dodson,
Well, obviously,
and Brian Burns. And then you got Emmanuel Wilson and Ellis as Emmanuel Wilson and Ellis has some depth pieces there. I mean, dude, I feel like I got to give that an A+. Like, also, well, you know what? Like, Brian Burns almost makes it to where I can't give it an A+, because like you got to have all A+ guys, and I feel like, well, 4 out of 5 though. I mean, 4 out of 5 A+ guys, would that count? I mean, yesterday was a little bit different when you had Ernest Jones, who like the fall from like Dodson or whoever was like, you know, your 4th guy to your 5th guy wasn't that much. I guess the drop from Dodson to Brian Burns isn't that much either. So I am going to give this an A+. I mean, dude, those top 4 guys, I mean, I have all 4 of those guys in my top 6. So Torres said, yeah, I see the different strat. So then maybe a C- then. Going in the wrong way, Cali Jam, because it's going to be an F- that like wins this whole tournament somehow. So let's see. So it was a B, A+, B-, and A+. So I mean, dude, the A pluses, I mean, that's plus 4 up 4 each. So that's up 8. Up 8, and then but down 1. So up 7. 92. 92 for the starters. Did you get a 93 the other day, or was it 92? So is this I think this might be tied with, I should be writing this down. Sorry, I'm not, guys. Where this is recorded, it's all on wax. I mean, the guys the ones getting graded, you'll remember which divisions these were in that you guys got graded high. Okay, back-to-back 92s. Yeah, those some good scores, man. I wouldn't even give myself a 92. I mean, the way you did it, I mean, it was really smart. It was really smart. You went really hard with like 2 categories or 2 positional groups, and then groups. Yeah. Dude, killer, bro. Killer. And Torres said doing math after a rip is something. Yeah, he threw in. Yeah, and simple math as well, too. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
so you can run and tell that. What,
Oh,
homeboy?
Whew. All right. And that's and nobody else asked for a grade, so we're just gonna smoke one more before we get out of here. And don't forget, anybody who wants to join in on these drafts, every night I have them. They're only $10, and there's so many leagues involved that there's a $10,000 first place prize. Over 5 teams are going to be winning over 1,000, or 5 teams are going to be winning over $1,000, and the top 100 teams come week 17 are in the money. So yeah, you guys definitely want to join. Hit me up at FF Hustler 420. And this will just be a good time to shut down TikTok, right? Meow. And we'll do another bowl on YouTube. Dude, you know what's crazy? It's like we're getting more people joining these leagues because of TikTok. Like here's the social media like that we get people like from the tourney for like brand new this year, you know, like people who didn't know me like at all. Facebook, number 1. TikTok number 2. Dude, there's been so many people who've joined from TikTok lately ever since I've been streaming there. And it's been super cool. It's been super cool. Like the dude Thick Brick who's in here. I'm pretty sure he came from TikTok. And I mean, that's the only one from like this draft, but I know there's been a handful of TikTok guys that have joined. So it's been super cool. And Cali Jam said, plus not many times is there a chance to get those 4 RBs. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, Barkley doesn't last to the 211 all that much. I mean, he did yesterday. Derrick Henry, I mean, he lost to the, I mean, he goes in the third a lot, like second and third. Like, I mean, yesterday might have been one of the lowest where he went at like the 3-9. But shit, I've seen him go early second. Like, you know, when we've had some of those crazy like running back runs. And then Josh Jacobs, I mean, you know, we've seen him go in the 6th round or whatever. But still pretty seldom. Dude, pretty awesome, man. Pretty awesome. I'm liking the way that the tourney's shaping out, man. Like I said, we last year on June 2nd, we were drafting division number 99. So how crazy is that we're like 50, I mean, we'll just call it 55 drafts ahead. 55! And like, we haven't even gotten to the part of the season where like, dude, like so many drafts are going to be starting where we'll be able to fill 2 drafts a day on like weekends, you know. This is going to be awesome, man. And so, yeah, Cali Jam, Crispy, who else is in this chat? Like over here. Ghost Monkey, like, dude, all you guys have been around since like, I mean, but you guys have been around since long before this year, but yeah, you guys have been around since the beginning of all these drafts, man. It's fucking awesome. And it's crazy how like, so King Shiznit, Who Dat Fam, and Cody Power. Cody Power drafted a handful of these leagues last year, but this was his very first draft, like this year. And Who Dat Fam and King Shiznit, very first draft of the year. So like literally just having a couple new people in like changes like the entire landscape like pretty quickly. Those are the real fun drafts to do. That's why I knew I had to be in this one. I just like drafting when I do the streaming. Just makes it more fun. Can talk shit and draft at the same time. All right, guys. I'm out. We'll see you next time. I posted a bunch of news on Patreon. That's happened in the NFL over the last like day or two. So yeah, go check that out if you haven't seen it. Get up to date with all the news. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Peace out.